All right. We are the month of April, and I'm going to talk about the Denver real estate market and that what's happening. Spring is finally here. No more holidays. No more. I'm going to wait till spring to put my home on the market. We are in the month of April. If you don't know who I am, my name is Depot Phillips, your Denver real estate agent. So if you're a buyer, seller, investor, have any questions of what's happening in the Denver real estate market, you are in the right channel. Lots of things have been happening in this Denver real estate market. I am very happy that you are tuning in today, and I'm going to share you some statistics because lots of things are going. More inventory is in the market. Days in market have decreased. Buyers have more opportunities and lots of fun things. And you are in the right channel. So let's get to it. So here's a Denver market snapshot of last month of 2026. So you have pending sales have increased 30%, which is crazy, which is a good thing because more people are coming to market. The holidays are over. We are in spring. Tax season is almost here. If you're watching, it's almost over. Or your taxes need to be turned in, whatever. Median home price is $590,000, up 2.6%, from February. Median days of market is 16 days, which is crazy. It's down 50%, you know, from from prior month. And spring urgency is here, and a lot of more people are putting homes in the market. They are pricing a home correctly, which is very important because if you're a seller, you want to price your home right on day one to get the activity. And if you don't price your home right and you chase the market and your home won't sell and your home get expired and you'll be very, very frustrated. But it looks like sellers are listening to these real estate agents that price your home on day one is key. And it looks like the median days of market has increased, which is a good thing because home sales are moving awesome. And also you have 20% more listings added, more inventory coming online, and buyer have more choices, Also too, I know buyers have more choices because the new construction market has been increasing a lot as well too, and they're offering all these incentives. If you have any questions about new construction, just comment down new construction, and we can have a 30-minute call, and I can tell you about all these amazing incentives that new construction are having right now in the spring market. So, so this is what's this is what a market shifting gear looks like. So we have a 30% jump in pending sales from month to month, and it's not a blip, it's a signal. So the buyer demand has been increasing. Like they were sitting on the sidelines during the holidays and through the winter, they were not doing anything. But now we are in spring and homes are just selling a lot faster, and which selling a lot faster than was in February. And last month, lots of activities happened, and momentum is moving. And then we are a quarter of the year has already been completed, and there is some activity, and this is really good. This is really exciting. Like finally, like homes are moving because sellers are very frustrated. Homes are getting expired, and they just didn't want to do anything. They're like, we'll just wait to the spring, or we'll wait till after the holidays are over. And now, like, people are knowing that this is the norm, and buyers like, all right, we need to get off our butt and go shopping for homes because we can't just wait too long because home values are not increasing. The home prices are going up and up each month, and things are moving fast. So what's selling and what's not? So single family homes, of course, is one of the hottest things in the Denver metro area. Right now, there's about 2 months of supply, which I think before it was like 3.4 or 5 months. So supply is decreasing. Well-priced homes are moving fast. If it's priced right, as I said, it moves a lot faster. Condos and townhomes is a different story. I think the reason because rising HO fees, insurance costs is killing these condos and townhomes. And you know, if you're a buyer, you probably could find some good deals, in this HOA market because in the condo market because of the HOA fees, depending how much the HOA fees are, or also sellers are just want to just get rid of their property and they'll do whatever for you to buy this property. And the entry level for under $500,000 is still a seller's market, We have, like as I said, we got low inventory. Strong demand means multiple offers remain or common with the price. So if you're looking at a $500,000 home in this market, it's very, very competitive because people who, depending on their living situation or their job they have, that maybe that's all they can afford is $500,000. So it's a very strong market, and this is where you can see lots of multiple offers during this price point. So you got single family versus the condo market. Single family, as I said, you got 2 months of um, of uh, of inventory. In condo market, as I said, a little bit more, but as I said, you got soft demand, pricing, and concessions are key. People are offering a lot of sellers are offering concessions in the condo market because they just want to move their property and they're just sick of paying these HOA fees. Concession: 35% of sellers are leaving money on the table for you. So if you're a buyer, this is a good thing. As I said, this is a good thing, and sellers are finding a way to help you. Yeah, I know it sucks because rates were trending um, behind the sixes, below the sixes, and now it's about 6.5 because what's happening around the economy. And I know we were hoping for lower rates in the mid fives trending, but now we're at 6.5. But as I said, at the end of the day, bad things don't last forever. When the rates go down, you can also refinance. Also, to sellers, or as I said, concessions are very high in Denver, so they could help, buy down the rate. They're offering closing cost credits, mortgage rates buy downs. They're making it more curb appealing because what sellers are trying to do is they are trying to kind of compete with their new construction because new construction have these insane rates. But what makes resale values better than new construction because of the community is built and the home's been there and you have community of a lot of things happening. New construction, they're building lots of newer communities and you don't know what's going to happen. But as I said, sellers are trying to compete with the new construction because they have amazing packages to buy down the rates. If you have any questions about that, comment down new construction and we could have a quick call. So this is what's happening in the market. Sellers are leaving more money on the table. Buyers, this is a great opportunity for you because I do not know how long this is going to really last. And just take advantage of the free money right now. Like, take advantage of working, with the seller for you to get an amazing deal in this market. So here's the buyer strategy. How savvy buyers are winning right now in the market. So rate buy down concessions. Ask sellers to contribute a 2-1 buy down or permanent rate reduction. With rates above 6.5 right now, even a half a point reduction makes a meaningful difference in your monthly payment over time. So as I said, with just, as you're a buyer right now, there's so many opportunities for you in this market for you to buy a home. And like, we know during pandemic or COVID areas that you were getting outbidded because because market rates were so low, inflation was high, you were paying so much money over asking, and you were just losing. But right now, it's the opposite. There's more inventory for you buyers. Sellers are leaving more money on the table. They are giving you concessions, and this is opportunity, and who knows how long this is gonna last. Let's say you get closing cost credits. And the best leverage for condos on luxury is a 1 million or more. The negotiable window is the widest of these two segments right now. You have longer days of market means sellers are more motivated and more willing to create on terms and close the deal. So the best leverage right now is the luxury market for any condos or luxury homes, $1 million because market time is days of market is higher. But anything under $1 million, it's moving a lot faster. And you can see, the median days in the market when we checked it began to slide has cut down dramatically because those homes are moving a lot faster. So for sellers, competitive pricing from day one. This is very, very important. I'm going to repeat myself 1,000 times. It's very, very important for you to price your home on day one. Because if you price your home on day one, what happens? You get a faster close and stronger, you can net more money. But if you want to test the market or price your home way over the market, you are going to be chasing the market. And what's going to happen? People are going to see your home. It's going to be like a stale home, and you're going to get very frustrated, and your home is going to expire. And yeah, just make sure you price your home. Also, here's some tips. You know, put your home on the market. I always tell sellers you want to make your home look like one of those nice catalogs that you pick from a random store or whatever they have, those magazines or whatever kind you pick on. You look and you flip the pages and you like, oh my God, this home is so beautiful. That's why I tell us you want your home to be good. You want declutter. You want to make sure that you stage well, or make sure things are organized. If you have a bunch of stuff, make sure you have it put in a storage unit for the time being. You want buyers to walk in your home and you want them to envision like, I could live in this place. This place is very clean. They're very well. The person is taking very well care of this home, and I might want to see myself live in this home. So it's very, very important for you to make sure you do everything you need to do in day one. Also, too, please, 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 please make sure you get professional photos, because I've seen some listings out there, and I don't know how these sellers are hiring these agents because they've been using iPhone photos, and these pictures are like crap. I'm sorry to say, but if like your biggest investment in your life is purchasing a home. But also, if you want to sell your home and net the most amount of money, you want to make sure you have professional photos. If it's a very high price point or luxury, get drone footage, get everything that you could do that you can have. As I said, the median days are for $1 million and less is about 16 days. But for $1 million, that's a lot longer market time. But if you do everything very, very correctly, you could beat the odds to sell your home very fast. So where is the market heading, like direction? From the buyer's market to a balance, we're moving fast. So Denver, you remember 2024 and early 2025 was a buyer friendly territory. Now we're spring of 2026 and everything is changing, and we more transition more as a buyer market. But yes, inventory is a lot high, but also too, inventory is moving a lot faster, which is a good thing. And move myself out of the way. So you can look right here. We're in a balanced market, spring of 16 days of market. So 30% pending sales surge for prices at about 590. So then seller condition, any single family under $500,000, multiple offers and they're closing fast. So this is what's happening with the market. Like if you have a home $500,000 or less, or buying a home, be ready for competing offers, multiple offers, because they're moving a lot faster closing, because we know things are going, inflation and things are getting a lot more expensive. So homes, in a higher price point won't have as many offers, but sellers will offer a lot of concessions and make it more curb appealing for you to buy. But if you're buying a home under $500,000, expect multiple offers moving fast. If you see something, you're like, oh my God, this home is amazing, and you like, how's this possible? If I was you, I'll put an offer right now. Like, don't wait 2-3 days and whatever. Like, move quickly, or you are going to be disappointed. So this is your action plan right now in April of 2026 in the spring market. So if you're buying a home, you have more choices than 6 months ago. But don't make the mistake that you have a limited amount of time, because we don't know how long this is going to last. As I said, you saw statistics of how the median days for home art has decreased in half because things are moving a lot faster. 16 days of market means you need to be pre-approved and be ready to move. So make sure, if you want to buy a home in this market, because things are heating up. And as I said, this year, it was supposed to be a lot of real estate transactions supposed to happen. Make sure that you are pre-approved. You don't waste time. So if you come in a killer, stellar deal, you could jump on it and put an offer in a home right away. Also ask about concessions. 35% of sellers are offering them right now, but you have to ask. If you don't ask, you can't get what you want. So if you're a person, if you don't like what's happening with the rate, ask. Talk to your buyer's agent and say, hey, would the seller be willing to buy down my rate, or they're willing to do this? Like, ask. Like if you don't ask, you won't know. So ask. And anything under $500,000 is it's a sweet spot in Denver, because I think, like, what was it, about 6 years ago, average price of home in Denver was about like about $400,000. and now the average price of home is about 750. But anything under $500,000, which is a lot of money, is moving a lot fast. So make sure you move fast. All right. Now I'm done talking about the buying. Sellers. Like, yes, inventory is increasing, homes are moving faster. But spring momentum is real, but don't wait till the summer, because what's going to be the summer? What's more inventory, of course, is going to be in the market. But if you want to get ahead of the market, like put your home on the market right now. Let's not wait for summer. Like just let's not do what everyone's doing, waiting to like, all right, I'm just wait till the summer. Because I think it'll be better now. I think we haven't had the spring action before, because last spring prior things weren't moving as fast, or numbers are not good as it was prior year. But now numbers, you see the numbers, you see the statistics, things are moving a lot faster. So now we're in spring, make sure that you take action. And as I said, price right and day one. Overpriced homes are the ones sitting, overpriced homes are the ones expired, and you want to price on day one. And also, you're pricing day one, make sure you're doing, staging, make sure you're doing everything you need to do to get the foot traffic in a home. And for condos, condos require extra attention, staging, pricing, and concessions and plan, because condos are not moving as fast as the single family home or the detached homes. So if you're ever a condo, find a way to make it more a wow factor to help that buyer, because yes, we know the HOA fees in Denver is insane. And, there's another conversation another day, but make sure that you are making things right, because condos do sit a lot longer than these single family homes. And single family price right is, expect strong activity within the first 2 weeks. As I said, if you're not getting what's it called, an offer, or showings, in the amount of showings you need in the first 2 weeks, then your home is overpriced. So at the end of the day, if you are a person planning to move to Denver or relocate to Denver, like 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, leave a comment below this video, relocation, book a call on my calendar for 30 minutes call, and I'll be glad to help you. And thank you for your time, for tuning in for the Denver real estate market update. Please make sure, if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel right now, because at the end of the day, I don't want you to miss a beat. And guess what? I'll see you on the next one.